FH for Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, Electrical is a full-service residential contractor in the HVAC, plumbing, electrical space. We have been in business for about 41 years. Started in 1981 as a plumbing company, grew with HVAC, and then eventually took on electrical services. I came aboard the company as a comfort advisor, a comfort consultant, sold HVAC equipment for the company for the first 10 years that I was employed here, out there on the street every day, meeting with clients, working with them, and of course helping them with their HVAC needs. About 10 years ago, I took the position to run the HVAC sales division for the company. At that time, we were approaching about a $30 million company. Took on HVAC sales, directed that department, the consultants, what have you, and grew that department for about 5 years. And then about 5 years ago, I took on my current role as the Chief Operating Officer for the company, basically overseeing all profitability and operations for the company. Over the last 5 to 10 years, we've seen definitely some double-digit growth. This year, we're estimated to do about a little over 90 million this year. When we first heard of the Premier Program by Service First, there were a lot of different things that we were looking for, a lot of boxes that the Premier Program checked off. For example, as a company, we had adopted the utilization of payments and financing many years ago in an effort to make sure that all of our services were affordable to our customers. Then we ran into problems in which unforeseen repair and maintenance costs became a burden, and oftentimes reflected in our reputation, and certainly on our online reputation, as individuals purchased equipment and then of course had recurring costs, whether it be maintenance or service, posed different problems. When we heard about the Premier Program, in which our customers could pay one low monthly payment, have all the benefits of a new HVAC system installed in their home, and then not have any surprises and no recurring costs for the duration of 10 or more years, it was just something that said, hey, this makes it affordable. This provides the customer with the peace of mind. This protects the company's reputation. Let's take a look at this and let's see where this goes. And I can tell you, from the minute we signed on and the last couple years that we've been on the program, we've seen great results, and is certainly something that is growing every day here at FH Fur. One thing that it has done for us, it fetches higher average ticket, but more importantly, because you can get a higher average ticket by just offering more with what you're selling, not necessarily making more bottom line dollars, you're getting higher gross margins. You're actually able to sell your product and your services for one low monthly payment and get the full margin that your company deserves. And we know that we're in a seasonal business. If you're in HVAC, you're in seasonal. And when you're dealing with seasonal, there may be a few months where you're getting your margins, but then you're just discounting and competing in the marketplace the remaining months of the year, depending on what market you're in. There's a lot to like about the Premier Program, but what I like most is just the simplicity of the program. I'm a big advocate for making things affordable for the customers, and making it affordable in my own personal life as a consumer, being able to afford the things that I enjoy and like. And quite frankly, what we realize is our customers don't necessarily want to own a heating and air conditioning system. I mean, there's nothing glamorous about it. They're not really going to show it off or take it and show their neighbors or anything like that. So really what they want is to heat and cool their homes, and they want to do it, and they want to feel comfortable. They want a good experience. They want that peace of mind. And it really encompasses all those things. It encompasses an experience. And for me, when you can have a low monthly cost and have a great experience, you've got a winning ticket. And this program really brings that all together underneath one umbrella. So what do I like most? I really like the experience it gives our customers. If you're considering getting on the Premier Program but having reservations, I'd like to share a little story with you. When I first came to this company in 2000, in the year 2000, I came in here at FH Fur as a comfort advisor. And I was out there on a 100% commission-only position, selling heating and air conditioning equipment. And it was about a year and a half after that the company had brought on financing. it was always a credit card or cash transaction, and I, for one, was resistant, saying, oh, they may not want that. I related it to interest, all these different things that were going through my mind, and I hadn't financed. I was of an age where I had never purchased anything of the size of with the price tag of a heating and air conditioning system. I was 23 years old. But what I will say is that I didn't adopt it early, and about 6 months to a year later, someone had sat me down and talked to me about it, and I role played it, and then I started utilizing financing. The following year, my sales grew over 100% from the previous year, and I didn't just make double my income. I made 2.5 times my income because I was selling at higher margins and getting full commission on jobs in which I was previously selling half as much volume at a lower commission rate. And it woke me up and said, my goodness, what if I didn't adopt payments and financing into my repertoire, into my profession? Where would I be? And from that point forward, financing became an everyday, every table discussion, whether not every customer wanted it, but hey, it was something that I brought up on every call, and hence I had a lot of success over the 10 years that I was out working as a comfort advisor. I ask myself this now, when the Premier Program was presented to me, I can either adopt and try it for myself to see where it's going to go, or I can sit back and watch people around me take advantage of it and turn around in 5 years and say, what the heck was I thinking? Where would I be had I adopted? Because quite frankly, if we didn't adopt financing when we did, and so many companies, and I'm sure some of the companies that will be seeing this testimonial will say to themselves, right, and they didn't start financing 20 years ago like FH Fur did. They may have started 15 or 5 or 10 years ago, or just more recently. And they're already kicking themselves because every company around them that adopted payment plans already accelerated way past them in the last decade or 2 decades. We're going to see the same thing with things like the Premier Program. The question you have to ask yourself is, are you going to adopt? Are you going to try it? Are you going to be willing to be innovative and take the challenge on in your own business to find out for yourself whether you can be successful or not with it, to make that decision for yourself? Or are you going to stand by and watch others see that success and then look back and say, man, if only I did something with that, right? So my challenge to you is to look back at when you took on financing, and if you did you ever stop? And this is another level, another innovative time in our industry, and it's facing us right now in the HVAC, plumbing, electrical, and other industries. It's facing us right now. We're either going to adopt or we're going to get left behind.